Guys, where the fuck am I? This is unreal. Oh my gosh. I don't think this film will even do it justice of how incredibly striking and majestic and beautiful the coast is. This is all I ever wanted. Oh my goodness. Anyways, guys, welcome back to a new video. If this is your first time stopping by, well, then you're in for a treat. I have been spending the last 3-4 days exploring different parts of Oregon. Not too crazy. Spent a few days in Portland. Yesterday had a disastrous experience trying to hike the 10 Falls Trail in Silver Falls State Park. If you want to check those videos out, click that link right up here in this corner. In any case, I have made my way over to the Oregon coast. I'm in a small coastal community called Canon Beach. It is so picturesque and crazy. First of all, we're in January, right? And I was expecting snow, ice, doom and gloom weather, but the weather gods really came through for me this week because I've really had a fantastic weather. However, that is not to say that road conditions matched the vibe of the sunshine, because your girl was at 10 and 2 sweating. I felt like a NASCAR Hot Wheels driver trying to make my way through these windy roads and mountains and these trees that are just so intimidating. And basically the trees are the only thing that are saving you from falling off the side of a mountain. So if the speed limit said 15, your girl was going 5. And even then I was nervous because there are icy patches on the road. So something to be mindful of, because you most certainly will want to rent a car and have to come see this for yourself. This is just... oh my gosh, I'm speechless. I am speechless.
You say you don't know where you go, so come. The wind in your hair, birds keep flying away.
I had to come down and give you guys a closer look. This is just... Anyway, so where am I? I'm at it's called the Tillamook Trailhead. And there are several trails that you can do. This is a state park. It's called Ecola State Park. There is a $10 fee to park, but it's a permit pass for the entire day. So you can come back, spend as much time as you like here. I will not be hiking this trip because yesterday I tried to hike and had a major fail again. Check that video out. In any case, I just want to relax and enjoy this view, this insane waves out there. Apparently they do surfing here as well. I won't be doing that either. And somewhere out yonder there's like a lighthouse where you can hike maybe like a couple of miles into the mountains. But my hiking days are done. Actually, I'm gonna leave these hiking shoes right here in Oregon. I ain't even taking them back in my luggage. It's not worth it, y'all. It's not. They didn't do me any good on my hike yesterday. But what else? Oh, so also there was a couple of movies that were filmed here. The Goonies, if you guys... I'm aging myself, but if you remember that movie, such a classic. Point Break with Keanu was also filmed here. And of course, Twilight, which a lot of it was filmed in several places in Oregon. Like the Cullen House, I think, is in Portland itself. So something cool and interesting about Canon Beach. And then later today, we're going to head that way so we can visit the famous Haystack, which I think are made out of volcanic rock, measuring like hundreds of feet high. But this is just amazing. At the start of this new year, I set an intention to spend more time in nature. Not just in passing, but truly immersed in it. Letting it seep into me, letting it speak to me. And now, standing here on the Oregon coast, I feel like I'm finally keeping that promise to myself. I cannot recall another moment in my life where I've experienced this much anxiety about the world, about my personal life, about my career. The weight of it all has felt suffocating. And yet here, with the endless ocean stretching before me, the air thick with salt, the rhythmic crash of waves, I feel something I haven't felt in a long time. Peace. You know what else is peaceful? Sharing a meal with the company of yourself. This beachside restaurant is called the Wayfarer. Ah yes, deep fried avocados. For those who don't love avocado, what is wrong with you? Just kidding. Paired with my favorite fish, salmon tacos. Can't forget a zesty squeeze of lemon or lime to add to the burst in flavor. My appetite for life is as palatable as this delicious meal. But not only did I come for the food, I came for this view as well. Why does being near the ocean feel healing? It was as if the symphonic sounds of the waves just draw me in like the melodies of a siren. Not to lure me into destruction, but to call me back to myself. To remind me of something I have forgotten. My essential self has been sounding the alarm for some time now. Quiet at first, then louder. Warning signs in the form of restless nights, heavy thoughts, anxiety that won't let up. A whisper turn into a shout, asking me, "Girl, where are you going? What is at the end of this road you've been journeying along? Is it peace or is it a cliff?" Isn't it crazy how the body responds when it's not getting what it needs? Like an empty stomach, roaring pains of hunger, I find my essential self roaring for more life. The server was so kind enough to bring me a really beautiful hazelnut, chocolate crusted, caramel something other cheesecake. I cannot get over how crazy these views are. And the food is really good here. I don't know if there's a nickname for Oregon's coast, but it's giving me golden coast. Life is golden because it just shines in this misty golden color. It's just so beautiful. Haystack. It's incredible. I read that it measures at about, I think, just under 250 feet, like 237, something like that. Don't quote me exactly. Around there. It's a protected site, so, people are not supposed to go over there, as there's, bird migrations like puffins. Seasonally, they come to lay their eggs there, and there's also other marine wildlife that live on this rock. So I read also in the news once that a panther somehow made its way, maybe not panther, a cougar, a big cat, somehow made its way over to the rock, presumably to feed. And I don't know if you guys can really see, but these tides are crazy. It's just not safe to go over there, but from the comfort of this very nice fine sand, it's really enjoyable. I just want to be clear, just because I'm on a beach doesn't mean this is like Florida beach vibes. It's cold. It's definitely a different experience, but it's nice. New experiences are nice. Anyway, my impressions of the beach, first impression rather, is I love that there are like families of multi-generations out here with their dogs. It's a dog-friendly beach, which really I'm obsessed with, because I find, especially here in the US, you know, it's so difficult to be able to take your dogs places. You know, they're living things too. They're living beings too that should be able to enjoy. Anyway, that's my hill that I will die on. But yeah, it is really sweet to see them running around playing with their tennis balls or playing fetch and whatnot. It's just so peaceful, which is exactly what I wanted. I actually had a few things planned today that are in and around Canon Beach, but then I woke up this morning, kind of took my time easing into the day, went to that viewpoint, and then had that incredible lunch with this view of the Haystack, so sick. And I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy this. Just sit still for a little bit and not stress about running around and doing touristy things. I just kind of want to live in this moment, you know? You know what I really appreciate about people from Oregon, or people that live in this region of the country, I'd say, is there are people out here jogging in like shorts and t-shirts. It's like 42 degrees, so I guess not terribly cold, but definitely still cold. But they're not allowing the elements to stop them from living life. And I absolutely love that, you know, whether it's sunshine, like optimal days, or cloudy and foggy days, rainy days, winter, cold snow. You know, you put on the right clothes, get the right attitude, and then you just keep it going. And that's something hard for me that I'm still learning myself, is that, you know, life goes on whether you like it or not. So it's really up to us to try and make the best of it and just live it to the fullest, because this little moment that I'm having right now, I'm not going to ever get this again. This beautiful sky, the sun looks like it's just about to dip right in the center of the Haystack Rock, which is nuts. Yeah, I will never see this sunset again. So instead of being sad about circumstances in life and in the world, I just have to remind myself, like, you know, have a photographic memory and just come back to this moment when I'm not feeling my best, because I haven't been. These last few months have been really difficult for me mentally. And you know, you put on a happy face because that's kind of your defense mechanism, what you need to do to survive. But deep down, when you're feeling lonely or alone, you know, that's when those darker thoughts start to creep in. I don't know, life is too precious to waste it feeling sad about something that's totally out of my control. Easier said than done, but definitely an intention that I want to practice every day in this new year and for years to come, because, you know, I just don't feel good about the state of the world right now, but what can I do but try and live my life as best as possible and be kind to others. And that's all you really can do, right? I wish you guys were here with me, standing right next to me in this sand, freezing our asses off together. You would absolutely love it. Look at nature doing its thing. Jellyfish looks like they washed ashore, but I have a feeling, based on the colors of the sand, that the tide comes up pretty high, so I'm hoping that they will get back to where they belong eventually. Back in the room. It's starting to get a little chilly out there, so I figured I'd come back for a little bit and just warm up and rest my feet for a while, charge. So some of my tech gadgets, my camera, my phone and stuff. But it's been such a lovely afternoon. I'm really happy that I didn't do much today, honestly. I woke up kind of late and just, you know, eased into the day. Oh, those boots smell horrific. And so do my socks. Yeah. A family member gave me these boots and I've used them extensively and they're so comfortable and sturdy, but I think I think it's time to get rid of them. So I will be leaving them here in Oregon as a send-off gift for such an amazing time. And then I guess that means I just get to shop for a new pair of boots. These socks really should stay too, but I'm gonna take these home and wash them. But isn't this just so nice? The warmth and the sunlight coming through the window is just, I just can't get enough of it. There's this book that I purchased at a really famous bookstore in Portland, the largest actually used in new bookstore, I believe, in the world. Anyways, that's what they claim. So I found this book called Calm the Fuck Down, and I've been trying to read it, you know, these last couple of days, and I just haven't found a time to really kind of settle down enough to get it started, but I am really looking forward to it because I think it's speaking to me in the sense of, you know, my current mental health struggles where I'm just like freaking out about everything. So I think I'm gonna take some time actually under this beautiful light and try and dive into this. And then later, there's a brewery only a couple of blocks up from where I'm staying. And actually, I talked to my the hotel receptionist yesterday, just to get a sense and a vibe, since I'm traveling alone, like what safety is like. And she assured me 1000% that it's super safe to walk around this community. So last night I was even out in the evening, and it gets really dark at night, but I just walked up a few blocks to a really lovely restaurant. No issues, fingers crossed, knock on wood. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing later on, probably not as late, you know, just around dusk, and go and walk up to this brewery and check it out. So far the food has been really delicious, so hopefully I can enjoy another evening and a delicious dinner before we leave tomorrow. My flight home leaves tomorrow, so I'll have to be checking out, but I've really, really enjoyed myself. This entire trip has been exactly what I needed. Anyway, let me put my electronics on the chargers and do a little bit of reading, you know. By all accounts, I should be content. I have a good job. I earn decently. I am very fortunate. A roof over my head, food in my belly, the resources to be able to travel and see places like this. And yet, something inside of me is still screaming, this isn't it. I can understand why people drown out the voice of their essential self. I mean, life can be relentless. There are bills to pay, families to care for, responsibilities that demand our attention. The world does not make it easy to slow down and listen. Taking time and resources to care for yourself, that's often the last thing on the list. And yet, with so much going on, it takes an immense amount of energy to pump the brakes, to stop, to hear what the inner voice is telling me. What I've been chasing isn't what I truly need. Cheers. Pretty good. This is my last dinner, party of one. I came to a pretty popular, or at least according to the blogs, brewery called Pelican Brewery. I know it's odd that I'm ordering a glass of sparkling wine, but it's kind of what I was craving. It's 7:30. The night's pretty much done. The town is quieted down. Things start to close around 9, so just grabbing my last meal and then headed back to the hotel to pack up, and then we'll be gone tomorrow. Did I tell you that I love salmon? If you made it to the end of this video, I presume you also needed a mental break, or at the very least, you can empathize with my struggle of #adulting and finding my way. Tonight, as I dine alone on the Oregon coast, I find myself reflecting on this journey, much like taking your car into the shop when the engine warning light flickers on. You know, sometimes life gives you subtle hints, nudging you to check under the hood from time to time. No one ever tells you how difficult it can be to make a decision that is truly best for you. It's like following a series of cues from your essential self, all pointing you north, toward a place where you might finally live intentionally and purposefully. And yet, on some days, a voice in my head will insist that I don't even deserve that happiness. But I know deep down that is a lie. I know this because I can feel the very core of my being desperately fighting for me, never letting down. That essential part of me pushing me to never give up, to keep going, to endure. It's a constant reminder that taking time to listen to our inner voice is not just important, but absolutely necessary. If you made it this far in the video, I hope you found a spark of inspiration to take time for yourself as well. Even if it's just 10 minutes in a quiet corner in a coffee shop, listening to what your body needs and wants for your life. If you can relate, drop a hug emoji in the comments. Know that I am hugging you in spirit and rooting for you every step of the way. And while I've taken this trip solo, I want you to know that because of you, I don't feel alone. I deeply appreciate the sense of community and support I feel whenever you can relate to my videos by liking or you subscribe to my channel to join me along these journeys. That support means the world to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And just like that, the trip is over. I'm back in my hotel room from a really nice dinner, party of one. It was very nice, and I just had such an incredible time these last 5 days traveling and visiting around Oregon. If you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and at the very least, you know, found some inspiration yourself to visit the Pacific Northwest and Oregon specifically during your next trip. In any case, I'm wishing you guys lots of peace, love, and light, and good health, and just all the things. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.